Hey everyone, as you might know or you might not know, Down for Sound increased the price on the Sundown SFB amplifiers, and I'm going to explain to you today exactly why that is Sundown's fault. Just to basically get into it, there's a engineering tactic that's called the 5 whys. And what you do is you ask the question and then you ask why, and you do that 5 times or more or less. Kind of really just depends on how easy your question is. So the question, right, it goes, why did Down for Sound increase the price on the SFB amplifiers? And the answer to that question is because of supply. That's the main thing. Sundown doesn't have any more amplifiers to sell them, or anyone. So at that point, why doesn't Sundown have the supply? Well, the answer is, in my opinion, it might not be true. I have no facts behind this. Sundown sold all of their amplifiers to the online retailers. So basically every amplifier that came in, at least in the last few shipments, me being a dealer, I kind of know this, they basically sell out immediately. And they go, in my opinion, directly to the online retailers or the very large brick and mortar stores. I don't know if there are any very large brick and mortar stores out there, so I'm just going to assume it's all internet. So the internet retailers, they purchase all the product because they've been starved forever, right? So they buy all the amplifiers. And when all the amplifiers are purchased, they can then sell them to consumers. So why did Sundown sell all their amplifiers to the online retailers? Well, it's simple, it's a cash flow thing, right? So when you get product in and it sits on your shelf, if the product sits on the shelf, that's dead money. You're not making anything on that, it's just sitting there. So the faster that you can get product in and sell it, the faster that you actually get a cash flow out of it. So that's why Sundown sold all their product right away. I honestly think that they should have limited their sellings, to those certain dealers and saved a little bit for the small guy, because the small guy is not going to order a lot to keep it in inventory, especially if it's a brand new product. Not every small brick and mortar dealer is going to actually keep that product in stock. So that's why Sundown sold all their products to there. Now, why doesn't Sundown have any inventory to sell? Well, they weren't actually anticipating this kind of a demand. Everybody loving these SFB amplifiers, they didn't see that coming. They honestly probably didn't really believe in the technology being as good as it is. And because of that, as soon as all the product came in, it sold immediately. So now they need to get more product in. And they can't. They just, right now, it's very hard to get anything from China right now because of this virus. So then it comes down to, what can Sundown do to satisfy this demand? They really can't do anything about it. So Down for Sound knows that they can't do much about it, so they decided to jack the prices up because it's a simple supply and demand rule. If you have low supply but high demand, that means prices go up. Now, do I think these prices are going to go back down? Absolutely. It's just when. Nobody knows when they're going to go down. They might not. Who knows? Sundown might realize through this case study that Down for Sound is doing that the amplifiers are worth $50 more, $100 more than what they're selling them for right now. But we have no proof of this. So they're doing a case study basically. Sundown isn't, Down for Sound is, because they can, because they're the only ones really that have these amplifiers. But at the end of the day, it truly is Sundown's fault that they are out of inventory of these amps. And with Sundown being out of these amps, that opens up the opportunity for Down for Sound or Woofers, etc., or whatever other larger online retailer there is for this product to essentially not have any competition on those products. And that's the big thing here. is that with Sundown not having product, that just means that there is no competition for those larger companies that purchased all of it. And that's why you, the consumer, are going to start feeling this. And it might not even just be limited to Sundown amplifiers. It could be starting to go to the X12 dual 4s, which just went out of stock as well. And the reason why is because if they don't have the parts to make these, which I know I can't order an X12 dual 4 right now. I had to just order 4 of them from Woofers, etc. If they don't have them, any parts to make these products, then those products are going to be limited, which means, again, prices are gonna go up. So I would keep a close eye on this, because this might happen across the board if Sundown can't get their parts. And it might not only be a Sundown only issue. This could end up turning into an issue across the entire audio board, especially with small companies like, Wolfram or Ampere. Other companies like that where they rely heavily on Chinese suppliers, that with this virus that's going around out there, China doesn't have the workers to basically do this work that is required. And if they don't have the workers to do the work, it means the products can't get shipped. And if the products can't get shipped, then you aren't gonna get products. Or you're gonna have to pay a premium for those products. I would keep an eye out on like TVs, phones, stuff like that in the future as well. But right now, the big thing's the SFB amplifiers. So, I guess you could say that the root cause of this problem is China's fault, but we gotta blame somebody that we know. And unfortunately, in my honest opinion, the real root cause of this problem is that Sundown did not see the demand and they did not bring in the supply. And now, because of these issues that China's having, they can't really fix the issues that they're having. Now, not too many of you really felt the shortage that happened all year long here, but Sundown has been short on amplifiers all year. So I really don't understand, and maybe, people down in the comments can kind of help me through this, but if you've been short all year on amplifiers and you come out with a new amplifier line, it sells out the first 100, I forget exactly how many they brought in of the 3Ks, sold them to Down for Sound and Woofers, etc. only. Those sold out immediately. How do you not know what the demand's going to be? The demand's going to be high because you've been out of amplifiers all year. Literally, me as a brick and mortar dealer, I haven't been able to order SAE 1000s in forever. Same thing with 1500s, same thing with 2Ks, same thing with the SCV line before those got discontinued. Pretty much every amplifier on Sundown's lineup this entire year has been out of stock for us small dealers. Now I understand, sure, yeah, buy more product. Again, if it sits on my shelf, it's dead money. I can't just, sure, it sounds great to say buy $20,000 worth of Sundown product at one crack. That's just not realistic for a small store like us. And a good majority of Sundown's dealers, I would have to assume, are in our same situation. We purchase roughly between $30,000 to $40,000 of Sundown a year, and that gets spread out across the 12 months. And within that, I do know that before the amplifier shortage happened, we were about $10,000 higher. But because basically the shortage happened this past year, pretty much, basically from January to January, they've been short on amplifiers. We've had to move to other brands. And I'm sure other brick and mortar dealers are in the same situation. All right, y'all, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my rant. I totally understand if you didn't listen to the whole thing. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like this type of content. If you want me to go off on more rants like this about other things, give this video a like, subscribe, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.